When I see a new gadget, I am automatically attracted to the gadget. I'm automatically like, wow, that sounds so interesting. Like, do you remember when the nail polish robots came out? So fascinated with it. Have I hunted down or tracked down a nail polish robot to actually get my nails done? Absolutely not. Have not done it. I know some of you have. But anytime there's a gadget or a tool, I always am curious whether it's actually going to last, whether it's actually going to stick. But the tool this week is a little bit different, and I'm actually like, at first I was very skeptical of it, but now that I've actually seen how it works, I can see why people might absolutely love this. And they're calling it the Keurig for foundation. I have all the details for you. We're gonna talk about how much it costs, when you'll be able to get it if you're interested in what exactly it does, how to use it. So curious to hear your feedback on this one. After we go deep into that particular product, of course, I have all of the launches for you that I found this week. Sephora, Ulta, indie brands, and beyond. I have beauty sales for you. We'll talk about what's happening over at Sephora and Ulta. Also, the Nordstrom anniversary sales coming up. So much information on those things. Hang tight. I've got a lot to tell you. We're getting into it right now. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to What's Up in Makeup Product Report, where we talk about everything that launched this past week across the beauty space. And just a friendly reminder that using the affiliate links down below does help support this channel. If you choose to buy something that you hear about in this show, I would love if you would use those affiliate links, but please do not ever use an affiliate link for me or anyone else just to support. Only using those affiliate links if you truly want something, and I don't want anybody to regret anything later, but they are down there. If there is something that you want to buy, I will get a small commission from your purchase. With that being said, I don't have any kind of affiliate commission for this one, but it is absolutely fascinating. Remember, I said in the intro, I do not know if we need this device. I was very skeptical when I first went into looking at this, but then the more I thought about it and I read the article in Beauty Independent, I was like, yeah, I can see why people would really want this. Here are all of the details to see whether this is something you might be interested in. So it is called Bold Hue, and essentially it is a countertop device. It's a little bit bigger than a Stanley Cup. It sits on your counter and it fresh mixes foundation for you. They've just raised over $3 million in order to launch the first round of this product. So this is how it works. Number one, you power on the Bold Hue device and you load your empty jar that the foundation is going to go in, and then you close the bottom drawer of the device. Next up, you remove the wand that's attached to the device and you begin your scans. The third step is to scan your face. You're supposed to scan your face at 3 different points, and how you know it worked is it's going to give you a vibration for every successful scan. After that, you put your wand back into the device. This is going to signal to the device that you're ready to preview your shade. Shows you the color that it's going to make for you, and then you can approve it by pushing the button. Inside the device, it will mix the base formulation with the different colors that are in there to mix for you 1 week's worth of foundation in your jar. Once it's done, the drawer automatically opens and there is your custom foundation. You give it a little bit of a stir and you're ready to go.
Oh my gosh, you got it! Press print. Girl, I am a caramel drizzle. Girl, I thought it was like an oat milk shade. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Okay. Let's get it. Let's get it there. There we go.
Just like a printer, the device will tell you when you're running low on specific colors. And because we're all different colors here, different colors will run low at different times depending on your skin tone. So you don't have to buy all the colors like a print cartridge. You're going to buy them individually. And of course, they are going to set up a subscription model for you to do that, but you'll be able to pick what color you need to refill. According to the website, you'll have the opportunity to custom curate your own auto shipment as you see fit to replenish what is needed needed or swap as you go. They say on average, you're going to get roughly 4 to 6 weeks worth of foundation because each jar is 1 week. So you'll be able to do this 4 to 6 times before you need to refill something. But of course, with usages, everybody uses a different amount of foundation, maybe doesn't wear it every single day. So you may be able to stretch a jar longer than a week. It doesn't say anything about the expiration time of the product. I would imagine it's not expiring after that 1 week. It's just, it's not a ton of foundation. And I kind of love that because different times throughout the year, if you're out in the sun for whatever reason, your skin tone might change just a little bit. So to have a fresh color every single week, I don't know, I think that might be a little bit overkill, but it is nice to have them mixed individually. And the other thing that they mention is that more than one person can use the device at a time because there's an app that's connected to it with a profile. So if you don't want to scan it, you just want the exact same color again, you can just click on your profile and it'll make it for you. But you can have anybody that's using the device, they can have their own profile and it'll mix their foundation for them. As of today, the plan is to have a full product launch in mid to late 2024, but the brand says that there's going to be a pre-sale a few months before that, so that's going to be probably pretty soon. The price on this baby is not shocking to me. It is high. It's $295. That'll give you the device with your first set of colors. And again, they say that that set of colors with the base is going to last you about 4 to 6 weeks. That's if you formulate a jar of foundation once a week. It will be available to US customers first, with international sales coming, quote, shortly after. Apparently, there is already a wait list of 40,000 people for this device, but they only plan on launching 10,000 to start. Because of course, not all 40,000 people that sign up for their wait list is actually going to purchase it. Now, at this point, I was still pretty skeptical until I read this. And this is totally me being me and my skin tone and not necessarily having the hardest time finding my foundation shade. Bold Hue hopes to address the beauty industry's ongoing problem formulating shades for consumers with darker skin tones. And what I've been hearing from you all lately is that it's those medium skin tones as well that are having a really hard time finding matches. Those olive undertones, just having a heck of a time, because a lot of times when you have that shade range, this is what you're telling me, when you have that shade range, that those middle shades will often get cut. So this could be a solution to that problem, a very expensive solution, but a solution nonetheless. There are 2 women founders of this company, and their CEO said in a press release, this isn't just a fun kind of thing to have in your home that maybe you use once in a while. It's truly a pain point that many makeup wearers have been suffering for far too long, and consumers have gotten very, very loud for inclusivity, and brands are trying to keep up with that. There have been many brands that have tried to come up with a similar concept and they have not done well. So like, for example, L'Oreal's AI-powered at-home system called Perso. There was also a foundation customization platform called Le Tient Particulier by Lancome. And then remember Shiseido's Match Co. that doesn't exist anymore? That was a thing that tried to do the same thing. But I think what Bold Hue has that these companies didn't have is that it's physically in your house. You don't have to order it and wait for it to be shipped, which is a huge advantage. It seems very easy to use. If it functions properly, I would wonder whether, would it get clogged? I would wonder if the quality of the foundation is good. Will there be maybe different finishes that they could market for the base? Maybe a dewy finish, a matte finish, a satin finish. That would be something that I would think would be a good thing to do. There are a lot of factors other than skin tone that people put into when they purchase a foundation. But skin tone is a big one. So I do think that there is a market for this. And if this goes well, they don't plan on stopping here. What they plan on doing with the app is using that skin tone that you have selected through the process of scanning your skin to match you with colors of other things. There may one day be a lipstick maker. There may one day be a blush maker. That's where I think they're going with this, with many different devices, not just foundation. So we will have to wait and see. I am super curious what you think about this. Even though I'm trying very hard not to buy makeup right now, I am strongly considering purchasing this and trying this because it sounds like so much fun. Number one, I love pushing buttons. I love making things. And also, if you saw the range of shades that I have in my foundation drawer and how terrible I am at picking the right shade of foundation for me, it's not that it's not out there. I'm just not good at picking it. I think that I would enjoy this if the foundation itself is a formula that I'll enjoy using. So maybe it'll be a review on the channel. What do you think? Help me justify it. Help me justify my purchase. Let's move on to beauty launches that are actually out this week. Well, coming soon. Coming very soon. Fenty Beauty's Gloss Bomb Sticks High Shine Gloss Sticks. It's one of those lip gloss and lipsticks in one. They say it's a glossy medium pigment lipstick with vitamin E and shea butter and squalane. I always say squalane. Squalane and kiwi oil. I'm assuming they mean the fruit and not the bird. Crossing my fingers on that one to lock in moisture for up to 8 hours. I don't think kiwi oil from a bird is an ingredient. I sure hope not. They're way too cute. I need to stop. $25, 10 shades. Rihanna's not going to use kiwi oil, Jen. I'm a mess. Launching July 12th on their site and at Ulta and at Sephora on July 19th. MAC has come out with their Bringbacks collection. It is discontinued lipstick shades that were very popular in the 90s and early 2000s to celebrate their 40th anniversary and National Lipstick Day. Coming back for a limited time are Double Shot, Hot Gossip, Bubbles, Flesh Pot, Chintz, Shanghai Spice, Up the Amp, and Haiku. Not quite sure. Available now on the MAC website for $25 each. This one has a lot of people turning heads because it is so freaking bright. Makeup by Mario's Brights by Mario. Coming soon. They say discover new shades of your favorite Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum and Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. I cannot pull off bright colors, but if you can, I'm very excited for you because these two look very nice. Just, it doesn't match me, but that's okay. This matches me a little bit better in my mind, but I know in reality, I need to not buy this. This is the Marin Skincare Campfire S'mores Lip Treatments. It has notes of roasted marshmallow, cinnamon honey graham cracker, caramelized vanilla, and melty milk chocolate. And y'all know I'm a big marshmallow fan, huge marshmallow fan, but I know when I get this, it's going to smell like fake chocolate. It's going to smell like if you've ever been to Hershey Park and gone through the chocolate ride and it smells like fake chocolate. Actually, I don't know if it does anymore. It used to though. That fake chocolate smell. I have a feeling it's going to smell like that, which I don't like. So I'm not purchasing because I do not have hope it's going to smell the way I want it to smell. And also, I want to mention about this ad. I can't unsee it now that I've seen it. I was actually on call with my friend Audra, and I was showing them this, and I was like, this looks like burnt butt cheeks. Like 2 sets of burnt butt cheeks. Wiggled it on in there underneath the graham cracker and the chocolate. I can't unsee it now. I know that they had to make it that big because the lip gloss was that long, but still. I see it, so now you have to too. That's how it works here. $20 if you're interested in this lip gloss. In indie brand news this week, biggest launch in indie brands was Glamlite's new collaboration with the Chucky franchise. It is called the Good Guys Collection. PR box is the full collection and it is $114. You have 2 choices for the full collection. You have the one that comes with the PR box, that's $114, or the full collection without the box, that's $104. If you're not interested in the whole thing, individual products prices range from $12 to $25. Products include the palette, the It's Showtime lip kit, the Wanna Play lip care duo, the Good Guys highlighter, a mirror, a Chucky bag, and a collector's postcard. There is an add-on that's not coming in the box sets if you want it. It's the Tiff Glam bag. It's only sold separately and it's $20. The new palette from Adept Cosmetics is launching on July 12th. It is the Legend of Ardra collection, $75. It's limited edition. They do not plan to restock. Orders will start to ship on Monday, July 25th. It's the pans. Do you see the pans in the middle? Like those are very cool. But these remind me of, do you remember the old school Cielle eyeshadows? I bought a ton of those because they were on sale at my local Nordstrom Rack. I had like all the colors. I loved them. But the problem with these, at least the Ciele ones, was that it was really difficult to get the same color on both eyes, because as you're putting your brush in it or your finger in or whatever it is, whatever you're using to apply, it doesn't go on the same both times. So for me, it was difficult. Maybe for a makeup artist, it would be easier, but for me, it was difficult to get the same color on both eyes. And the Ciele ones, if I remember correctly, there wasn't as much variation or pigmentation within the shades, but I think this is going to be even more difficult to get your eyes to match. Just something to consider, even though they're very cool, very pretty. I don't know how functional those shades are going to be. I do give them credit for doing something fun and different though. Absolutely. Copacetic Cosmetics has curated a new set for their birthday. The bundle comes with all brand new exclusive shades. You get 4 eyeshadows, a lip gloss, a full-size highlighter, a nail polish, and a mini dry body oil. $45 for the bundle for that. That does not seem very expensive. A collection that a lot of people are talking about, the Oden's Eye new collection. I looked up how to say this word in Swedish. I am so sorry to Angie Nukvist because I know I'm going to butcher this. I know it is not going to sound exactly right, but I will do my best and say Solmane. The Solmane collection is now available for purchase. It is the Moon Wish palette for $32.90, the Sunlight Love blusher for $20.90, the Moonlight Feel highlighter for $22.90, and the Solmane 2 Moon Wishes bundle for $139.65. I was actually watching Rachel Palmieri's rundown of the makeup releases. Highly recommend Rachel's channel, and she was mentioning that this was the second time they came out with this particular collection, and that it was out last summer as well. So I want to give Rachel credit for me learning that, because I must have forgotten or did not know or whatever. It was not in my long-term memory. So thanks, Rachel, for letting me know that, because I'm sure that the Oden's Eye fans out there would have known that. I did not know. Check out Rachel's channel. We were on the same floor when we stayed in New Orleans for the Creators and Friends trip, and I'd never met her before. I'd never seen her channel before, and I was totally missing out. She's fantastic. Let us move on to Sephora. We have some shade extensions going on over there. We have the Beauty Blender Pool Party Makeup Sponge. I thought this might be the one that changes color when you wet it. No, it's just that color, which is fine. It's just swirly. Shade extension. That's what they do. And then Refy has launched red shades of 2 of their products, the lip gloss and lip sculpt liner and setter. Just one product for the new, and this is the Cielle Bronzing Concentrate SPF 50, $36, 2 shades. I'm gonna have to email my resident cosmetic chemist Perry Romanowski on this one because I'm not sure about this. So this is a mineral SPF 50 bronzing drop concentrate that can be mixed into skincare, foundation, or used to add definition and warmth. So if you're just using it to add definition and warmth, cool. Like that's not the issue I have. What I'm worried about is the SPF, that is an SPF 50 plus, and that you're mixing it into another product. I'm just curious because I don't know, because I'm not a cosmetic chemist. I'm curious how that is going to affect the SPF. So if I'm just using 1 drop or 2 drops of the bronzing drops and mixing it into a moisturizer, let's say, or a foundation, how is that going to affect the SPF level? Because I'm curious how this was tested for that SPF 50 plus level. It must have been just the product by itself, but it's not recommended to put on all by itself. So for me, before I've reached out to Perry, because I was just listening to the Beauty Brains podcast before I started filming, I'm going to reach out to Perry and ask him. But if I was going to buy this tomorrow before I talk to him, I would definitely be wearing a layer of SPF before I use this, just to be safe. Because who knows, if you only put 1 drop in, maybe you're dropping your coverage down to like a 10 SPF. I have no idea. Or maybe it's still 50 plus. That's why I'm asking the chemist. Hello, Editing Jen here. Very thankfully, right before I was about to wrap this video up, I heard back from Perry, so we have an answer about this bronzer. He says that it is, quote, a terrible idea. He says there's no way you can mix in a few drops and get an SPF 50 protection. Most likely what they have done is run the product concentrate through the SPF testing to get the SPF rating, but telling the consumer to then use drops of it in another product to get sun protection, that's just not right. He also has concerns about this product possibly being mislabeled and in violation of FDA sunscreen rules. So that's something to keep an eye on. Yikes. So just really be careful if you choose to use this. Just know that you are most likely going to need another SPF with this. Don't count on this product to give you that SPF 50 by itself when you're mixing it in with another product. If you're curious about how he feels about products that are similar to this, I'll link an article in Forbes down below about the Drunk Elephant product that's kind of similar. So thank you to Perry for weighing in. I appreciate you. Now back to the show. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about what's coming soon. We have from Refy the Face Setter Hydrating and Plumping Setting Spray with polyglutamic acid. It is launching on July 16th for $28. They say it holds makeup in place all day while instantly hydrating and smoothing the skin. Now, I did look up the polyglutamic acid on the Beautypedia, Paula's Choice Beautypedia site, and I love that site if you're looking for just a quick reference on the science behind a product, because they always put the scientific sources underneath of where they got that information. Apparently, polyglutamic acid is similar in its function to hyaluronic acid in pulling water into the skin, but it might even be able to hold water in the skin even better than hyaluronic acid. The difference is that hyaluronic acid also doubles as a skin soother and an antioxidant, where polyglutamic acid is just the humectant. It's just pulling that water into the skin. So that's kind of the trade-off. But I did find it interesting, and I learned about an ingredient that I wasn't familiar with. So thank you, Refy. I appreciate you. Moving on to the One Size Oil Sucker Extreme Mattifying Alkaline Primer, available on the app, Sephora app, on July 15th and other platforms on July 16th. It's $34. They say it is a non-comedogenic oil absorbing primer that delivers an immediate and extreme matte finish while tightening the appearance of pores, extends makeup wear to up to 12 hours, and dermatologist tested. So while I was on Paula's Choice's Beautypedia, I was like, okay, what is this alkaline thing? Like, what is that? I'm curious. What does that mean? That, like, I know what alkaline means, but what does that mean in a primer? Like, what's that going to do for real, for real? Like we mentioned in the top news segment, you know, Patrick Starr's One Size is really known for their setting spray. So a primer makes sense to be another hero product for them. And what I found, I was actually kind of bothered by. I don't know, because I'm not a cosmetic formulator. So please take this with a grain of salt, because I'm literally Googling this stuff. Like, I'm a nerd. I'm a mom in my basement that's a nerd. That's all the knowledge I have here. So the ingredient that's the alkaline part of this is sodium silicate. And Paula's Choice's Beautypedia says that the alkaline is actually a problem and that it can cause skin sensitization for customers, which is usually something that we do not want. And it's not like it's the last ingredient or down at the bottom. It's the second ingredient in the product after water. So what I did was I sent a DM to One Size to ask them about it. And of course, it's the weekend. I have not heard back from them yet, but if I do hear back from them, I will put a note in the video description and a pin post to let you know what they say. While I'm emailing Perry about the Cielle product, I'll email him about this too and how much of a concern that should be. He's usually pretty good at getting back to me, but I didn't think about it until I was already sitting down to film. So I will let you know anything else I learn about that. But just something to keep in mind before you purchase. I'm not saying it's going to burn your skin off or anything weird. It says it's dermatologist tested. It's just a question I have at this point. Interrupting just one more time, because of course Perry got back to me about this product as well. He is not nearly as concerned about this one as he is with the Cielle product. He says that sodium silicate can be used safely depending on how the product is formulated. The raw material is alkaline, but when you put it in water and you pH adjust it, it's likely only mildly alkaline. He says that the other ingredients, like the humectants, can mitigate any drying effect that the product might cause. And it's just going to be one of those things that customers are just going to have to try and see if it agrees with their skin, just like any product out there. But he really is not concerned about this at all. So Perry says to us, hope that helps. And yes, it 100% does. Thanks, Perry. And back one more time to What's Up in Makeup. This next product I've seen around the internets just a bit. It is launching on July 10th on the Sephora app and on July 11th everywhere else. It is the Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blush for $36, coming in 7 shades. It's a liquid blush that visibly plumps with hydration and delivers unreal buildable color for a natural finish that stays in place for up to 12 hours. I kind of like the packaging. It's kind of different. But something to keep in mind before you purchase is that when I looked at the video that goes along with this, the model's holding it and the bottle looks really small, but also keep in mind that you're only supposed to really use a drop of it because it's one of those serum blushes. So a little bit is probably going to go a really long way here. So even though it's only a third of an ounce, it looks like it's supposed to last a really long time. Along with the blush, they're also releasing a brush. It is the number 15 blush brush for $46. Now that we're done with Sephora, let's take a trip over to Ulta and talk about the MAC collection that dropped. And I kind of love this for MAC. It is called the Glow Play collection. And I think that what they're trying to harness is that makeup is supposed to be fun. And I think that gets lost, especially in, all of the ingredient stuff like I was talking about and all that. Sometimes you just want to put on makeup and have fun without really thinking too hard. And these products really do look pretty fun. So we have first, the one that looks a little more fun, the Glow Play Cushiony Blush. It's $34, comes in 13 shades. They're the bouncy blushes. The Maybelline bouncy blush is kind of what it seems like. It's the same thing, but a MAC version, which is neat. They say it provides glowy color in a lightweight formula with skin conditioning ingredients. When I went on Ulta's website, there were only 4 shades left, but I did notice that the MAC website, it was fully stocked. Macy's had them fully stocked. So if you go over to the Ulta website and you don't see the shade you want, check out other retailers to see if you can get it over there, or just wait for Ulta to restock because I'm sure that they will. They also launched the Glow Play Tender Talk Lip Balm for $26, 10 shades. It's a pH activated lip balm. It's shade shifting and it conditions and strengthens the moisture barrier of the lips, which a lip balm should do. Buxom also released a new collection, which seems to basically be a shade extension, which is what Buxom's been doing for a while. This is the Dolly's Mocktail Mixer collection. 2 new shades of their plumping lip polish, 1 new shade of their Powerline Plumping Lip Liner, and 2 new shades of their Full-On Plumping Lip Cream. Prices are either $22 or $23, depending on which product you're looking at. And then finally, Tarte has launched their Tartelette To Go Amazonian Clay Palette for $29. This is the same colors that Tarte always releases in these, but I will tell you what I appreciate is they're at least trying to make the pans look interesting. They're at least trying to make the palette look interesting. It's not just a plain cardboard packaging. It's got some nicer packaging and you've got the neat looking little pans. Same colors, but at least they're getting a little creative with the presentation of it. So that's pretty nice. All right, PR, a purchase product of the week. As I've been mentioning recently, I've been cutting off a lot of my PR. I haven't been accepting new PR because I'm not doing hardly any makeup reviews, if any makeup reviews at all anymore. I'm just doing the occasional favorites and fails countdown and this segment right here. And I don't want to accept PR from a brand with no intention of sharing it with you because I just don't have time in the content that I'm creating to share with you a bunch of PR and to try all of that stuff. It's not my life. So because of that, I have no PR this week to share with you. So I figured I would just share with you what I chose of the things that I already own to use today. Some of it is PR and some of it was purchase. Let's talk about the Sigma Warm Neutrals palette, which is what is on my eyes today. So I use the shade Beaming and the shade Iconic and the shade Toasty and the shade After Hours. And I will swatch those for you. There are these shades on my fingers. Bloop, 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 bloop. There we go. Those are the shades on my arm. Let me just blend this one a little bit so you can see it better. There we go. I just need a little tap on that. But yeah, I mean, Sigma shadows are good shadows. Do they knock my socks off? Are they the best eyeshadows I've ever used? No, but they're good. They're good, solid eyeshadows. So if you see a palette, you like the color story, and you just want a good, solid palette that's going to do the thing it's supposed to do, definitely go for it. I do really like Sigma shadows. I want to show you something that happened to me when I went to go pull out my Kaleidos eyeliners that were sent to me in PR a while ago. So I knew I wanted a green lower lash line to kind of go with my little green shirt. I liked it a little matchy-matchy with my eye makeup to my shirt. I've done that ever since I worked at Outback Steakhouse and we had those terrible colored like shirts with the pins all over them. Outback doesn't do that anymore, but I've always liked that to match my look to my shirt. So I pulled out this Kaleidos eyeliner. These are the multi-chrome ones. I opened this up and look, I was like, hold on, let me see if I can get it to focus. Where's the eyeliner? It's gone. It's not even in there. Like it must have fallen out. Like what the heck? What happened? There's literally no eyeliner in here. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Phoenix was down here messing with my stuff or what, but it's empty. So there's that. I did find another one though. Thankfully, there were a couple that were similar, like blue-green kind of themes. This one is in a shade, I can't freaking read that. My 46-year-old eyeballs, there's no way. Maybe Limelight. Maybe I'll put it on the screen for you, but this is what is on my lower lash line. These multi-chrome eyeliners from Kaleidos are beautiful. I'm not sure. There you go. You can see the blue-green shift, but it's primarily green and it's just really, really pretty. There's a little bit of yellow in there as well. And I love these. They last a really long time on the lower lash line. I wouldn't say all day, but a good 6 to 8 hours. It is on there and it still looks great. Eventually it just starts fading, which is fine. That's kind of what eyeliners do over the day. But they're really, really beautiful and very bold. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to my bae, my friend, my love, the Essence Lash Princess, the Curl and Volume Mascara. I'm wearing fake lashes over top today, but by itself, this is still one of my favorite mascaras. Like, I feel like this competes with high-end mascaras for me 100%. So much length and volume. I'll show you the wand on it. It's kind of like an hourglass shape, almost like a Better Than Sex shape, but it's not nearly as clumpy as the Better Than Sex mascara. I don't think the hourglass is quite as prominent either. But I freaking love this mascara. The pink one's my favorite by far. I like the other ones too. The purple one's my least favorite, but I like them all. Now, I will tell you, mascaras never smudge on me. That's never a problem I have. But people that have problems with smudging say the Essence Lash Princess mascaras smudge really bad on them. So if you have had mascaras smudge on you, you may want to skip the Essence Lash Princess. But if it's not an issue, highly recommend. I also want to talk to you about what is on my cheeks today. I'm very excited about this. I showed you this in PR Purchase Product of the Week last week, but I showed you the cool toned one. I want to show you the warm tone one. This is their new chocolate bronzer stick. It is in the shade Chocolate Souffle, and it does smell like chocolate pudding. It smells amazing, and it looks super pigmented when you apply it. Like, oh my gosh, I put on way too much. Don't worry, it's fine. And you just blend it just a little bit, and it just blends in really nicely. It's very easy to blend out with a brush, and it just gives this beautiful, beautiful bronze. Now, this shade looks like it's a tad bit too dark for me, but I blended it in with my blush and it's just so freaking pretty. I am really loving these bronzer sticks and how they apply and how easy they are to use, because don't give me something hard to use. It's not going to go well for me. It's just not. I use that paired with the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush in 110 Nude Flush. It's a beautiful liquid blush. It does take some building. It takes a little while to get it built up, but once you build it up, it is gorgeous. Actually, I'm going to put it here because actually I'll blend in both because I don't want to, I want you to see it over the bronzer, and I also want you to see it by itself. It's very lightly pigmented. Oh my gosh, it looks almost similar to the bronzer. And then over the bronzer, like, can you see right there? It really just does just add a little bit more of a peach tone. What is going on here? I am such a mess. So it really is kind of a muddy peach shade, and I really like that. I like muddy peach. I'm totally okay with that. And then on my lips today, this chocolate collection from ColourPop that they launched a while ago, I still use these lipsticks all the time as far as go-to brown shades. This is in the shade Ganache Queen, and it is really pretty, and I felt like it looked really nice with my whole look today. I've got this like warm brown toned feel, and I'm feeling myself today. I really like my look a lot. Notable sales this week. Okay, if you are outside the US, you may not know that we just had our July 4th holiday, and we get lots of sales that happen July 4th. Now, as I'm filming this, it is Saturday. So all of these sales are active today, but because it was a holiday, I imagine some of these might be gone by the time this video goes live on Monday. So just putting that disclaimer in there, they may not be active, but I want to let you know just in case, because a lot of these don't have times that they end. So let's talk about it. ColourPop 30% off site-wide, NYX 30% off site-wide for account holders, and 20% off site-wide for non-account holders. Over at Melt Cosmetics, 50% off site-wide. There are some exclusions, but there's also a free gift with a $75 or more purchase. From BK Beauty, 20% off their YouTuber sets, their collabs. You're going to use code YT20. It includes their collaborations with Nikki LaRose, Angie Hot and Flashy, and Risa Does Makeup, which I've tried all of the products from all of those classes. I'm on BK Beauty PR, and I've loved everything. Those Risa half lashes, Perfection, absolute perfection. Viseart is also having a summer sale at 50% off for their palettes. Now let's talk about the major retailers. From Ulta, they're still having their summer beauty sale. It's going on now, up to 40% off of jumbo hair products, 40% off select mascaras, 25% off Tula products, buy one, get one 50% off of select nail products, and 30% off leave-in treatments for your hair. It does end on July 13th. And then Sephora, because Ulta and Sephora have to copy each other for sales. They just have to. So it's Sephora's turn to copy Ulta and try to come up with a sale at the same time Ulta's having a sale. So they're having their first ever summer deal week. And I did post this in my community tab a little early because I wanted to make sure you knew about it before this video went live, but it is still going on now. It started on Thursday and ends on this coming Wednesday. All week, it's 25% off shampoo and conditioner, 25% off select skincare, and up to 50% off select makeup, fragrance, and more, which 50% off over at Sephora is something I have never seen except for in the sales section. So that is a pretty big deal that Sephora is starting to do 50% off sales. The extra deal today, kind of 21 days of beauty style, is the Peace Out and Fresh products. Tomorrow is Kate Somerville and Youth to the People, and then the last day is Estee Lauder, Guerlain, Saint-Tropez, and Herbivore. Also, keep an eye out for the Nordstrom anniversary sale. That is coming soon. You can download the Nordstrom app to start shopping on July 15th site-wide. Prices will go back up on August 5th. If you are a Nordy Club loyalty card member, you can shop early access beginning on July 11th or earlier, depending on your loyalty status. And that, my friend, was what's up in makeup this week. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, as always, thank you so much to the What's Up in Makeup Facebook hunters. Their names are scrolling below me. Thank you for all of your submissions this week. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to help me with the show. It means so much to me, and it really helps me to make sure that the product report, specifically top news as well, but mostly the product report, it really helps me to make sure that I get as much good stuff in here as possible. So thank you so much for all of your submissions and the time you take out of your day to put things over there for me. I do want to give you a quick heads up that I am taking my annual summer vacation with my family. So next week is going to be the last What's Been Makeup episode for a little while. I will be back the beginning of August. So it's a long one this time. We're going all the way across the country. I'm on the East Coast. We're going all the way to Seattle. We're going to meet up with two of my YouTuber friends on 2 different evenings, and then we're headed to Alaska for a week. So very excited about that. I've been planning this trip for almost a year, and it's finally here. So that is going to be a bit of a hiatus for the channel, but however, I will be back. I promise. I will be back as long as I don't get mauled by a bear or, you know, hit by an iceberg or something. I don't know what happened. Eagle comes down, you know, I don't know. I'm just making stuff up at this point. As long as we don't go down Titanic style, we are good to go. I shouldn't say that. I will be back. I will be back. I promise you. I will be back. Thank you so much for watching What's Up in Makeup. I appreciate you so much. If you would like to hang out just a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending a couple videos for you over here to watch, including last week's product report. It's going to be down there. YouTube's going to pick the top video based on your current video viewing history. But if you have things you have to do and you have to leave me now, it's okay. Thank you for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you. And I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.